You told me we live in a civilized nation, but I can't hear that without finding it frustrating. There's something about that statement that's way beyond grating, is that we're so civilized that many still lack proper accommodation, while houses stand empty because lives are worth less than profits, and the fear of appearances at shop fronts breeds spike strips to clear out the small bit of shelter from winter's grip. We've bought into capitalism with our humanity as forfeit. And it's amazing how many things we tend to take for granted. When we've got somewhere for our feet to be planted, it's like having all you need can leave you so cold-hearted. But when you've swapped your soul for luxuries, your view will get slanted. And I ain't saying everyone needs beds of roses and sheets of silk, or bags of gold and their pockets overflowing. And it ain't no mad dream about some land of honey and milk. It's about giving everyone a chance to stay safe and keep growing. See, something as basic as housing should be a given human right. It shouldn't be the kind of thing for which you have to fight. You shouldn't have to beg for it or scrape and be polite. And this ain't the kind of problem that we should let be swept from sight. Because sleeping under the stars ain't the fairy tale it sounds like, when it's way beyond a choice and it's the reality of daily life. When you're starving like a famine, but it's not because you're on hunger strike, it's just that life without an address is a recipe for strife. When you're huddled in a doorway, hungry and frozen, with nowhere to hide as a cold wind blows in, trying not to get swept up with the flood as it flows in, and being treated like it's a life that you've willingly chosen. It's 2019. There ain't no excuse. No first world country should see people with no roof. We've already got the neck of our future in a noose, and when we've got tent cities, do you need more proof? It's not someone else's issues. We need to stand up and own this, because at least 2 people you went to school with are probably homeless. So realise it affects us all more or less. And as long as we let it happen, then we're far from our best. So look with open eyes. You'll be forced to confess. It's an ever-growing problem we need to squash to a flatness. See, you'd need a clear mind to find a way out of that madness, but you'll never really sleep when the street is your mattress. And it's hard to stay positive. Of course life drags when you carry all your own inside a couple of black bags, running the gauntlet, hit with endless snags, because comfort comes with unaffordable price tags. And no locked doors to keep away the fear of abuse. If we let it carry on, we'll have failed our youth. We'll leave a world more concerned with cash than people having roofs, and it's not something to look forward to, that's the truth. We ain't living in a paradise where the future's sweet, with everybody's life sorted out, all packaged and neat, when we've got nearly 5,000 sleeping harsh on the streets, and for those stuck in this life, it's where hell and earth meets. Are we desensitized? The streets should be running with tears. The thought homelessness still exists should fill you with fear, when it's costing us more than 400 souls in a year, and we caused this. It's our fault. The buck stops here. We're 1 in 200 homeless, our society's wrecked, and every year there's 4% more, so how long till you're next? Till you're out there seeking warmth and getting shown no respect? It could easily be a life that you yourself reflect. Let's face it though, the statistics are a guess, so we'll never really know how many call the streets home, but the numbers day by day are continuing to grow, so why do we still let this be a life for anyone to own? It's the 21st century. It seems nuts to me that some still dream of 4 walls and a bed as a luxury, because we've allowed our constant chasing and craving for currency to overtake care and to drown out decency. So look to your soul and the state of the stain, and ask yourself what's going on in your brain if you can turn your nose up in disgust and disdain as a man without home drinks the beer to stay sane and to numb out the hold of the cold and the pain, when you walk through a world that allows you to sustain the kind of lifestyle in which you're happy to partake and drain 2 bottles of red just because you've had a bad day on the train? Really? Look, before you get through your front door tonight and lock it, just remember how lucky you are to have house keys in your pocket. And that's not even a joke, so please don't even mock it. Just spare a thought for those that didn't have your luck one bit, and you think you'd probably survive the streets easy. You probably think you're that tough, but I guarantee it breaks you. It's more than enough to bust your spirit and to leave your soul crushed. After all, there's a reason They call it sleeping rough.